Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of FPL X LEE and EPL actions right back into the action this upcoming weekend with internationals ending this week. What a game week 7 it has been. You can see that it did not really work out for me. My gamble at Burnley assets. Chris Wood captaincy choice did not pay off with Burnley lacking the creativity in the final third. Just pure frustration for me while I watched the game unfolds there. Even to add insult to the wound, Ronaldo and Lukaku both blank in this particular game, which makes my point that if Chris would score a brace or goal, it will really propel me upwards in terms of the ranking. So unfortunately, it is another red arrow this time round, and we look forward to game week 8. Of course, my wildcard is active this time around because you can see a couple of my team really needs some changes in terms of the restructuring. And let's take a quick glance at my starting lineup for this upcoming game week 8. Sanchez remains in goal because of his value that he provides to the team. Now, to give an overview for me in this aspect, I'm looking forward to have a full team, meaning to say a strong bench players that will start matches, right? Okay, reason being why is because the concerns of injuries and COVID related and even the internationals now having proved to be a, a potential problem for several of the key players here, with players that are coming back from South American countries. They are so affected. So uh, it is interesting to change with how FPL is actually evolving because you don't see these issues arising in the last few seasons where after international everyone get back. I mean, let's put injuries aside, everyone gets back and play the game again. So now with these new COVID measures here and there, I believe it is important to have a strong bench, okay, which explains some of my transfers in here. Now I'll go player by player this time round. As I mentioned, Sanchez will remain in goal because of its value that it brought to the team at such low price. And against Norwich, he's not going anywhere. Fully expect a clean sheet here. Top up defense in Manchester City players. Okay, Cancelo can play both left back and right back, and we have seen it. We have seen Pep does it many a times, and in fact, he has contributed to two double-digit returns this time in so far this season. So Cancelo home ground against Burnley, if he starts, I'm pretty sure he will have an attacking return as well because after watching how Burnley plays, I do feel that Manchester City has the potential to really go through to really inflict some damage against a Burnley team here now. Ruben Diaz likely to start against Burnley as well. Okay, for Manchester City players, they are definitely prone to rotation, not only in terms of defense, midfield, attack, anyway. That's prone to rotation. So that's why I say having a strong bench is important for my style of play. And you can see Cancelo price rise already to 6.2 million. Fantastic, got him in before the price hike there. Now I'm starting Livermore because of how, as usual, as what I always say all season, Livermore forward thinking player, the way how he brings the ball up towards to the final third makes him more of a right wing back instead of just a pure right back. So really attractive returns expected here at only 4.2 million. I'm putting him ahead of some of the players on the bench, which I will explain in just a second. All right, now we will move on to Phil Foden here at 7.9 million. At the start of this FPL, I have actually had Phil Foden in my team, my very first draft for Game Week 1, because I see Phil Foden as the integral part to what Pep is trying to build in his team. You can see that the way Phil Foden plays towards the end of last season makes Manchester City so attacking, so attractive, play some attractive football there. We also saw how Phil Foden scored against Liverpool in that left wing position. Now, he can play in two positions. In fact, he can play in the left wing position, or he can rotate to the false nine position. Both will be ideal for Manchester City. And as I'm always mentioned, they are prone to rotation. So if Phil Foden does not start, unfortunately, it means that I'm leaving a 7.9 million midfielder on the bench. I'm willing to take the little extra bit of effort there because I can see how Phil Foden is such an integral part to the Manchester City lineup here. Pep will want to get some momentum going, especially after the internationals. Now, Rafinha is a tricky one here because we all know Bielsa came out and say that for in terms of whether will be Rafinha starts the game, it actually depends on how much game time he is playing for Brazil in the final fixture of international. So Rafinha is definitely one to watch. That, but however, he will be in my team because you can see that even when he's playing at the right wing position, that he often drifts to into the penalty box to do the one touch curl into the net. So I've seen it so many times, and Rafinha has that level of precision. There's also rumors that actually Liverpool is looking to get Rafinha in for this upcoming summer. So for Rafinha, he will definitely there's definitely some point to prove here for this season. So at 6.6 million, he is really in for value because at at the way he contributes to the Leeds attacking, he should be actually priced at around 7 million next season. All right. Now stating for that, Mo Salah is not going anywhere. You can see how his individual brilliance that brought Liverpool 2-1 up in the game against Manchester City. Now, Mbeumo is one interesting play with Brentford here. Now, we all know how defensively solid Brentford could be. In very surprisingly on how tight their game is. You can see Mbeumo is actually playing alongside Evan Toney many a times, and for a midfielder to actually play in that position with ownership of less than 5%. Mark my words, there will be many players many FPL players, managers that will be coming to Mbeumo because Brentford's fixtures actually improve. In 2 weeks after this game week, you can see that they are likely to be facing Burnley and Norwich. So it is that moment that few key matches that I will really love Mbeumo to actually start for those matches. So he's definitely one to watch at such a value price now. We move on to forward now. You can see I'm whole front Chelsea now. Most of the managers out there are actually going for two Chelsea defenders in with the likes of Azpilicueta as well as the more guaranteed starting position in Rudiger now. I'm actually considering moving to Lukaku and Werner. Reason being, we all know that Lukaku has that little muscle fatigue there. We in just a few days ago, and he was released early from the international duty there by Martinez. So Lukaku is definitely not 100% fit, but we all know that he actually start full training already with Chelsea's teammates. So towards the last two fixtures, you can see that Tuchel has actually been playing both Lukaku and Werner together, and he in his press conference, he actually said that he's looking forward to see how strong this partnership can be, and so far it has delivered some pretty good returns. That you can see how the link up play between the two strikers and as well as their midfielder. It is just brilliant to watch, and Chelsea's whole gameplay is so it's actually really entertaining that it produces goals, which is what FPL managers want now. Why I moved down from a Rudiger option to Werner is also because Rudiger is actually being flagged now. The probability of Rudiger starting is not as high as Werner here in this case because the Werner has the direct runs that he made with or without ball. That's actually quite interesting to watch because it's either up front. It's definitely either Lukaku or Werner that will carry the ball upwards. No, you can see that in this fixture against Brentford. For me, I do expect that both sides will actually score in this fixture. So you can see Brentford scored three against Liverpool itself. So I'm not surprised that they can come up something against Lukaku here. Lukaku and their guys here, some more uh, at home in this case as well. So uh, Werner, and we all know the stats that Werner has in the game against Southampton, much more producing and in fact isolating Lukaku in that aspect. So if Werner is one to watch, his price actually dropped to 8.6 million ahead of this fixture against Brentford, which makes him a really attractive option. Okay, partially moving forward, my plan is actually I will be selling one of the Chelsea attackers to Dominic Calvert-Lewin once he is deemed fit by Benitez. You can see that in the latest press conference, Benitez did not want to commit on the fitness of both Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which is so frustrating because I'm actually intending to get Dominic Calvert-Lewin, in fact, for this wildcard here. So currently he's not in my starting lineup because as FPL managers, we all want some certainty there. So Werner, Lukaku, and Maupe really because he is up against Norwich as what I'm trying to deploy here. He's on penalties, okay. So just hopeful that he will convert this game week, and the next two game weeks for Brighton is not really attractive, so he will likely be on the bench for the next two game week. So Mbappe here is a little bit like a 1 week game punt here. So because I'm already on the wildcard, so there's no harm in trying for a 1 week punt, and he is a differential as well in this case. Now, you can see on my bench McCarthy. I've chosen McCarthy again. It's McCarthy here against the likes of Ramsdale, which is very, very, very popular among FPL managers currently because the way I see is if you see carefully, Arsenal does have three clean sheets in the last four matches. However, you have to factor in their opponent as well. So for me, I am still not fully convinced at how Arsenal does their game. So for me, it's stay clear from Arsenal players at this moment. I might be wrong, I have to say, because there are many players that are onboarding the likes of Smith Rowe as well as Saka, which I totally understand why because they are so cheap in terms of value, FPL value, and they are very high up in the final third. Now McCarthy and Sanchez fixtures actually rotate pretty well, which is the reason why I own bought McCarthy here. So I'm just hopeful that it will pays off really well, and we shall see. All right. Now, Azpilicueta at this moment is on the bench. Okay, we know that James has been back in training as well. So likely Azpilicueta will still start in the right wing back position as how he started against Southampton. So he is in a very attacking position. There. So there is that dilemma that whether I should be starting Azpilicueta or Livermore. I've totally not conclusive at this point of time. I might change. Even an Mbeumo is not confirmed starting here. So there are still considerations here. I will definitely update again on my this page here. Jensen for Brentford. Now, Brentford has actually kept a couple of clean sheets, and their performance at the back is really worth commending. So you see how Jensen gets up in terms of and winning headers in terms of corners, a little bit like what Van Dijk is doing, just that he hasn't scored his goal. So I do see me starting Jensen in a couple of game weeks later on in this fixture because they do have a good run of fixtures. A good run of fixtures in likely in game week 10 onwards. So that's definitely one to watch there for Brentford's player. Now, Douglas Lewis at 4.5 million, I'm not expecting him to deliver the double digit hole. I just expect him to start, and you can see Douglas Lewis does have the potential to do some long range shoots. So, always interesting to have a fifth midfielder on the bench that is playing. So, he competes with the likes of Basuma and as well as Brownhill from Burnley. So, I've picked Douglas Lewis here from Aston Villa, of course, and he's also an integral part in terms of how our Villa plays. So, with all these changes, currently my squad value has dropped to 100.4 million with 0.7 million in the bank here. So, I do fully hope that this wildcard is a good game week for me to propel myself upwards. A green arrow will be really appreciative. And Captain Sunban currently with Cancelo here because the thing about the Watford against Liverpool here is that Watford has a new manager in Claudio Ranieri, and we all know what's the influence that the new manager can be to their team. The players want to perform. Moreover, it is at home against league title challengers Liverpool. So title challenges Liverpool with that maybe without Alisson as well in goal. So with all these factors, I am probably going to have a little fun here to give the captain armband to Cancelo here because the match against Burnley, wow, it should be quite high scoring. It should be quite high scoring. Their previous fixtures against Burnley is actually quite high scoring. So we shall see. We shall see. I hope I'm right this time around because really need a green arrow up. All right. Okay, guys. Let me know about my FPL Game Week 8 lineup here. So just like and subscribe to this channel if you like what I'm sharing, and I shall see you again next week. Bye bye.